Hey, good morning. Mark's Crypto Corner News, Saturday, July 13th, 2019. And this morning, it's going to be an okay day, nice summer day. What have we got? Unscripted, unrehearsed, rip and read, a bumper bullish week for Bitcoin. You know those weeks when the world just seems to be on your side, everything goes right, even seemingly unrelated events conspire to work out in your favor? Well, Bitcoin had just one of those weeks. Bitcoin gets the recognition it deserves. One sign that things are going your way is people saying nice things about Bitcoin, or maybe your nice sweater or your top or your new haircut. Oh, I don't know. It's a surprise at the end. But basically, this week it's been up a little bit. There's been some good buying and selling opportunities throughout the week. You know, could have made a few $100s or more for sure, especially if you get those signals that you can access through this free report. Anyways, on we go. So, and it's always up and down, and there's been some good ups and downs this week for sure for some profit taking. And who's this guy? Joe Squawk could convince Trump to become a Bitcoin supporter. Funny. Who's Joe Squawk? Is that like everybody else that likes Bitcoin? We're all called Joe Squawk, squawking about Bitcoin? Or is this a real person? The crypto community is still talking about U.S. President Trump's Bitcoin comments as we enter the weekend. Most are of the opinion that the sentiment is positive, while the actual comments may not have been. Bitcoin's negativity expected. Bitcoin is now a household name, and even if Donald Trump is not a fan, he has really given Bitcoin a boost in its social upbringing around the world. And on that note, we're going to move on to some horse racing. Bitcoin beats traditional financial market investments on return on investment. Okay, the monumental performance of Bitcoin in 2019 has not gone unnoticed by those who invest in traditional assets. Bitcoin has outperformed pretty much all of the other financial investment options on the table by a massive margin. Well, that's because you make 3, 4, 5% gains a week, not a year. Bitcoin beats oil, gold stocks despite its little downturn recently. Bitcoin is still way higher than it was 3 weeks ago or beyond. Yes, it was in the 5,000, 6,000s earlier this year. Okay, so where are we doing? What are we doing? We're going down to Thailand approves 4 new cryptocurrency service providers. Thailand looks interesting. They have a nice walkway here. Nice looking street. Is this an artist concept, or is this how things are? They have nice pink taxis. Find Waldo. There's highway signs. Go this way. That's interesting. Thailand looks pretty good. I'd like to visit some countries like this. The Thai Securities and Exchange Commission has approved 4 new crypto business operators to legally operate in the country. In addition to licensing a new crypto exchange, the government has officially approved the country's first 3 digital token portals. Meanwhile, new rules, conditions, and procedures have been introduced for digital asset businesses. Yeah, of course. And it continues. Governments and other entities are creating rules of fairness because we've got the big exchange companies getting involved and doing all that. So, of course, we need rules and regulations. But there still comes freedom with Bitcoin as opposed to fiat. And the next article, Georgia exempts Bitcoin from value-added tax to become the next country to affirm its currency status. Georgia, obviously not the state of Georgia, but Georgia somewhere in the east. Cryptocurrency taxation is a subject that concerns a growing number of users, traders, and investors. An area that creates a lot of confusion among taxpayers is the application of VAT, or the value-added tax most countries levy on the sales of goods and services. Georgia has become the latest nation to free crypto fiat transactions from other things. Okay, so it's just another rule from another country making progress. And what do we got here? See, all these news articles are progress. Definitely. So, where are we? U.S. Senate committee approves blockchain bill as crypto insiders protest against regulations. Oh, yeah. Based on a recent report, the Department of Commerce is a step closer to a standard definition of blockchain. Are you going to let a bunch of politicians define technology? Blockchain on the federal level, as the United States Senate Committee in Commerce, Science, and Transportation has granted its approval to the Blockchain Promotion Act on July 10. The Blockchain Promotion Act. The bipartisan bill creates a blockchain working group, and there's more information to be read about that. So if you want to read more on that, you'll have to refer to this video, which I may put in the link. So the next thing, Texas federal court orders Bitcoin scammers to pay $360,000. They probably took more than that. According to a recent report, the United States Commodity Futures Trading Commission, CFTC, has made it known that the federal court in Texas has ordered 2 defendants to pay a fine of $360,000 for carrying out, that letter should not be there, for carrying out a fraudulent scheme so as to relieve people of their Bitcoin. Yeah, like the fake Canadian Revenue Agency guys calling from India, and they want Bitcoin or iTunes cards to pay the taxes with. What a bunch of dope heads. Who falls for that? Your Bitcoin is your Bitcoin. That's it. That's all. Nobody can ask you for it or demand it. And the next thing is miners flock to Iran, where Bitcoin mining is set to be sanctioned. According to regional reports, the Central Bank of Iran is planning to allow licensed cryptocurrency mining as long as operators are charged for electricity based on the price of export. The CBI governor, Abdel Nasser Hamadi, explained that mined cryptocurrencies should flow back into the Iranian economy. Well, that kind of makes sense. You know, yeah. Mining does take up a lot of energy, and they maybe change the way Bitcoin is mined in the future. I don't know. Or at least use solar type of energy, so you're not putting a strain on the electrical grid. And use devices that generate less heat. There's other ways of mining. Okay, Bitcoin price hit a peak of 13,000 on the 10th of July, just 2 days ago. And since this price levels have pulled back to point of control around 11,300, as mentioned in my previous Bitcoin price analysis. These descending lows are evident on the 30-minute time frame alongside descending volume and ascending RSI, which means something that I don't know. I'm not going to get into that rabbit hole, but it's just another article saying, yes, it goes up, it goes down, take a profit. It's never wrong to take a profit. And True Digital Holdings plans to start offering Bitcoin derivatives for investors in the U.S. Now, I'm not familiar with a lot of trading terms in the fiat world as they are being introduced into cryptocurrency, like derivatives and all that other stuff, right? ETFs and things. And for those regular Securities Commission exchanges, they've been doing this for years. Cryptocurrency is fairly new. So all these types of trading is working its way into the cryptocurrency economy. I guess that's a good thing. But it also means that big dirty companies have their hands on it too. I guess it's open for everybody, isn't it? And based on a recent report, institutional cryptocurrency platform True Digital Holdings has made it known that it intends to start offering Bitcoin derivatives in the U.S. for its investors. I read that wrong, but it still made sense. A statement released on July 11th revealed that the firm has reached an agreement in principle to secure a designated contract market as it swaps execution facility registrations with other entities. Okay. It's not a very exciting article anyways, so finishing it off there and fill in the blank ending. Make your own ending. It's all opinion. You can opine about anything on here, and that's it. It wasn't very exciting, but the Donald Trump thing earlier this week, he really doesn't know what he's talking about when it comes to crypto, because that horse is out of the barn and the barn is burnt down, Mr. President. And trust me, there's evil on all kinds of fronts. The American US dollar has created all kinds of evil upon itself and across the world, so Bitcoin is really nothing compared to what the United States has done to people across the world as it is. But let's not go down that road. No need. However, if you want to know how you can make Bitcoin work for you a little better or really good, find out here. Put your name, your email, get some free stuff, some good information, and you'll know more. You'll see what we're talking about when you can ride the ups and downs and make some trades. It really works, and you'll make, I don't know what you make, but in my experience, my personal experience, more percent than the bank ever give you. The banks are thinking about going to negative interest, where you pay them to hold your money, as if you don't already pay service fees. They want to add negative interest into your life there. That doesn't sound good to me. But Bitcoin tends to go the other way when you make smart trades, whether it goes up or down. That's the thing. Because it's volatile, that's how you can take advantage of it. The volatility is almost the reason why Bitcoin is one of the reasons why it's so awesome, other than a bit of financial freedom that can grow, and you don't have to include banks and banking fees when you're making purchases and all that good stuff. So it's coming, and I'm helping perpetuate something that's gonna happen anyway. So get some Bitcoin. If you don't, you're looking at this report and you don't have any Bitcoin, this will tell you how to do it, and you're going to be more comfortable and you're going to feel better knowing that you can diversify your assets with some really cool ways of making money and taking profits. But on that note, I gotta go. I'm hungry. I'm up early. And I love you. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon.